Alright, Pox community, welcome to another match between PentiumHos and Ryvirath, brought to you by TCGBay.com. This is Bombman007, and guess what? Special commentator in the house. I'm joined today with Calisk, the legendary man of ST. Calisk, what's up, brother?
Not much. Here to watch a Riv game.
I hear you. It looks like today Ryvirath running his Forglar Swamp Shattered Peaks deck that he's ran for a while now. Had a lot of success with it. And PentiumHos running Sundered Lands and Forsaken Waste. Calisk, what do you expect to see out of this match, brother, especially with Pentium dropping a flesh bite here first round?
That's a horrible first draw. With that, he won't be able to get his back fawn at all. Versus an 8-speed flyer.
Oh, so definitely a mismatch coming out of the gate. Ryvirath has really been tearing up the meta with this combo, Calisk, and I noticed that you guys had played a couple times, and the other night, I mean, you played him, I think, back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken, and it was just, I mean, even with throat rims and stuff out in play, man, he just really seemed to kind of roll over you. You know, is there not much counter to this type of deck, or what?
It was the pre-rush life stealer, but on top of that, one of the maps were bad. Second map I played bad. Made a bad choice on my first deploy. For countering it though, a good fast draw. Like a throat rend now could probably take out a life stealer on the right map. Dragon Engines, Iron Fist, Forsaken Waste, they can all handle it. Fleshblight Zombie, no, is not a good choice, though.
So even with the Reconstitute and Absorb, just not going to be able to suck up the damage, especially that Dive Bomber can dish out, I guess, with the Berserk attack and charge and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's see. He will be able to deal at least 40 plus damage. Easy. One little spell like a Echo Chamber or, well, really anything between the two factions, and he can take it out in one turn.
Riv has also thrown out Fesh Collar Micah in the background there. Fesh Collar. Calisk, the amazing thing that seems to me about this combination that Riv has gone with, it truly seems, I know it don't happen nearly every turn, but I swear it seems like Ryvirath is able to play some sort of champion almost every single turn. And to me, that just seems phenomenal, especially with the deck that, I mean, it does have Norgen in it, built in with the faction bonuses. But, I mean, you know, no extra Norgen, but it seems like he's always putting something in play.
There's a lot of 60s and 70 Nora champs in that deck. And that's pretty much the sweet spot. If you 70 Nora champs, you gen 50, it pretty much, you can pull one or two a turn for quite a long time. And that Mika guarantees the font for a while.
He just used the Dive Bomber to push the Flesh Bite out of the way, and of course what's coming next is the secure fonts from the ambassador there. So there that is. That'll lock down that center font for a while. So why did he attack with the Vol Stealer? What was the point there, Calisk?
The Weary or the Cripple, probably, just to weaken it up so they can kill it later.
Okay. So the Weary and Cripple, let's see here. Taking a look at that now. Weary's going to reduce his damage, and Cripple's going to lower that defense. So just makes it an easier target, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the defense is the key thing, because as long as he gets 2 attacks, that's 2 more damage. If he takes 2 or 3 turns, 2 more damage every round, right?
So it builds up really quickly. Corpse Golem finally getting to the lower font. I mean, wow, man, this is, I mean, Riv has had a tremendous Nora advantage already in this game. Bone Splitter Maul on the Flesh Bite, that's going to give him a rank of exertion and execute. But the lumbering is just killing him right now.
Yeah, like I said, versus that speed Fleshlight was a horrible draw. Although pretty much everything is deployed gets lumbering at some point.
PentiumHos is currently ranked 206 in the exotic, and of course Ryvirath is #1 in all of Pox. What do you know about PentiumHos? Is he a... I mean, I've seen him frequent the top 100, if I'm not mistaken. So, is he an adversary that you've encountered several times?
I probably have. I tend not to remember too many games past the next day, but yeah, I'm not sure about him. I do know he's good, but he's not Riv good, but he's good.
Not Riv good. I hear you, brother. There's not too many of those floating around right now, but how many players would you guess is Riv good? I mean, he's obviously beatable. I mean, we've seen him lose, but how many players would you say in Pox is Riv good?
Well, most of the top 20, top 30, the people who stay around there are all good, and they can beat Riv on a good day. Aside from Riv himself, Tiny Dragon's pretty good. Though I haven't played him this expansion at all, actually. Who else would be good? Soramist is a real challenge to beat. Yeah, I'd say Hash is pretty good, but I haven't played him in about 3 months now. It's been a long time. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good players. Just on the same caliber as Riv, there's half a dozen to a dozen. Chaos Brave in the center font.
Yeah, so
it's pretty much over against a Fleshlight that's crippled.
Yeah, and I noticed that Riv is pulling back on his Vol here now. Why exactly would he do that? Is that just to keep him out of harm's way from the other Fleshbites?
Well, the Fleshbite can't. Well, that helps. But the Fleshbite can't really put up much of a fight. Even in this situation, it's not dealing any damage. So he pulls back, minimizes his damage, and then forces him to pull in. He's just basically baiting him. Now, that one move there causes some problems, but the Meek is just going to he's either going to kill it this turn, or he's going to pacify it, and then just deal with the other one.
The disease, it's been a few months now that disease really took a big... Oh, wow, what a mistake. He didn't move that Fleshbite into that center font, man, and that's really going to cost him even more Nora now. But, with disease taking a big boost, actually, a few months back, they included the inhibit condition on top of being diseased now. So for the life stealer, I mean, that's going to spell its doom, not being able to siphon back its life.
Well, at this point, he doesn't even really need it. It was like he is so far ahead of Nora, he could lose the life stealer. It wouldn't even affect anything. The Fleshbite that just got the horrific mutation. That could be a slight problem if he doesn't do anything, because it's now in threat range to kill the cap back font. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope.
It's got a 7 speed on there now, so.
Yep, it can cap the back if something's not done about it. So he's gonna have to either. What's he doing down there?
Though, Calisk, I bet even with making it over there, I think his Manic would pull him back out, actually.
Oh, you're right, actually.
So Riv going to work here on the second Fleshbite, and then he's going to throw out the Mangled to finish that sucker up. So one Fleshbite down, Calisk, without too much of a loss for Riv.
No, and as far as I can tell, that's his entire force. This is 2 Fleshbites.
He moves Meek over to stop the other one from potentially doing exactly what you had said about the running to the font. And look at that Fleshbite. I mean, that sucker is struggling now. It's 4 damage. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, man, it couldn't take out a deep miner right now.
Well, this is why any type of super buff deck gets beat nowadays. Like, if a deck doesn't draw what's needed to beat a super buff deck, it's fine, but Majestic, Weary Cripple, like, there's so many ways of debuffing them down to a point where they're useless, and then you've spent almost your entire amount of Nora on it, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, because you've got
look in the font.
You've got 2 champs out in play, and you know they're super guys, but you've got 100 and something Nora sunk into them, and the other guy's got 100 and something Nora worth of champs out in play, and it just don't usually equal out really.
What's worse off here is like the Fleshblade isn't even doing anything. It's just like wandering around.
Oh goodness! Down to just 7 damage and -1 defense, and that's going to continue to get worse if Riv keeps it in play. And right now, 2 Corpse Golems out on the field for Pentium. You know, Corpse Golem was a machine when it was first launched. Went through the Nerf Bat gauntlet a few times, and now we have what we have. What's your take on the Corpse Golem these days, Calisk?
Well, it's not a horrible champ. It's a good cost, good, but compared to the champs that are released now, I wouldn't. No.
Lethargic really puts it was needed when the rune was first launched, but I would dare say that now in today's meta that you could easily remove Lethargic and the rune would be still well in balance.
Oh yeah. You could remove it and it would be quite playable. And not broken in any way. But at the same time, it's still low damage, low speed. It's good with Doctorate and a nice disease aura, but I don't know, like you look at Chaos Brave there. He's only 15 aura more. Look at the difference in his stats, abilities, like that's the kind of game it is now. El Pico is 1 Nora less, far more game-changing room than Corpse Golem is.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here doing the comparison as you're talking. Sitting here looking at the Chaos Brave with Exertion and Chuck Moga, which it looks like they fixed that now. The Chuck abilities with this hot fix. And wow, in comes Reverberating Blast, so that's going to freeze up the golems now. And bye-bye Font. Boy, that's going to sting right there, Calisk.
Well, I'd almost say it's over, but I don't want to be... You never know, right? But it sure looks over, especially with that.
Oh, goodness. Man, the Hypno Frog, the Mind Warp Frog Calisk is still very much in play. It's taken not severe beatings by the Nerf stick, but it has taken its share. They're still running that thing, man. It's one of the most annoying runes in the game, I know that much. Do you like to see the Hypno Frog?
I never like to see a Hypno Frog. I hate that rune. He'll be runnable as long as Wandering's not cleansable. But if it ever becomes cleansable, then you'll see a lot less of him. Because there's so much cleanse in the game now. Personally, I think Wandering should be cleansable. It's a status effect like anything else.
And I think that's one reason why it's held around